Good day to you. Hope you're doing really well. I'm in Hampshire today, and I'm in the beautiful little area of Botley, B-O-T-L-E-Y, and it's simply gorgeous day today. It's a little bit windy, but the sun has finally come out on my journey through Hampshire today, as of recording a few other bits. We're here to go to see another Starfish decoy bunker. And I'm really excited about this one because from the pictures I've seen, the design looks pretty interesting. So stay with me and I'll tell you more about it when we get there. See you later. Wow, okay, so this is exciting for me. The design of this is really different to any other sort of starfish site that I've ever been to. So like I mentioned before, we're at Botley, and I'll give you a brief bit of history now. The idea with this bunker, this control bunker, this decoy site, was to divert bombs away from Southampton. So this would have been labelled as a civil decoy site. And it's a QL site, which meant that it would have been operating for night time. So the idea was that you would have simulated, in these fields around here, you would have simulated fires that would have replicated the idea that Southampton had been hit by German bombers already, so that when the rest of the German bombers would have come over, they would have been like, oh, okay, right, that's where we've got a bomb, because we must be pretty close. So they'd start to hopefully, in hope, put most of their bombs over. As we know through history, actually the idea is that actually they weren't necessarily that successful, but the idea in the application was, and interestingly enough, not too far away, we've done this one already, we did Portsmouth, or a couple of Portsmouth decoy ones, which actually were the most successful. So literally just down, I say down the road, the next seaside town from Southampton would be Portsmouth, I'm assuming, going that way from memory, forgive me. Yeah, so we're not too far away from Portsmouth, obviously we're in Southampton. But it's fascinating, and I'm so excited to go into this one. Like I said, I've never seen a design like this. So you've got to imagine that at some point there would have been petroleum, there would have been generators in there, we'll talk about that. And the other thing is probably there would have been around a 6-man crew within here as well. So it's exciting. I think we should go in, come on. Oh my god, wow. Okay, so that was fascinating. I've never seen one like this, design-wise. And it's really, so you can see the ports there, which would have been for the generator. So the generator, I'm assuming, would have been somewhere here. Very conscious that I'm actually on a badger den. There's a bird's nest as well. I'm definitely not going to stay in here, overstay my welcome. There's like a blast corridor in between that, and then you've got the blast door on that side. But the other thing that you notice is that it's corrugated sheets, which from memory, I don't think I've seen a Starfish design that's got corrugated sheets on it. Oh, have I? I may have seen one. One in Kent a while back. But yeah, this is amazing, really. I'm sorry, I've got a torch with me actually, but I might as well just leave it to imagination. This is obviously the other way, and that clearly looks like the way that the petroleum and everything else would have been to simulate going out that way, because look, there's a little vent port there. There probably would have been another one there as well. So you've got concrete outlay, and then you've got this corrugated design here. Again, I think we have covered one already in a previous, but they are so rare in the design of these. And I really mean it. This is the second one that I've seen from memory. But and the other one that we explored, it didn't really have that. It might also have been the camber one as well. There was camber, which was to protect rye. I think that also may have done, but I don't recall it. They wouldn't have looked like this, is what I'm trying to say. I mean, every single design has been interesting. Some little coat hooks there. How fascinating. For a decoy site, this is incredible. I mean, like I said, the condition is rubbish. But what remains of this is just brilliant. I'm so glad I came here to see this today. And obviously knowing that this would have been used to hopefully deflect bombs from Southampton. Put your teeth back in, Dan. And this is quite a tight squeeze. Let's see if we can get out. Oh, there we go. Amazing. Dual entrance, look. So would have been a gap in between a door leading through to another door again. And there's our blast protection there, or what should have been blast protection. Obviously with the design of it aiming out over there, finger of doom. But this iconic design, how fascinating is that? Never seen one like that before in my life. Let's go round, I reckon. Oh, let's do some real time, everybody. Let's live the dream. I mean, the condition is rubbish, but it's still very, very unique. I'm aware that there is a huge badger set there, so again, don't really want to disturb any more than I have to. But that's beautiful design, fascinating. Not that big, and yet you can imagine, normally there would have been around 6 men stationed here, and they would have, this is obviously the fields that they would have used to use as the decoy. If we walk around here, might get a better idea of it. If we walk around. So the question is, which fields would they have used? But you want to try and get the flattest ones possible. It's quite possible it would have been that adjacent one over there, I would assume. How brilliant is that for a decoy site? Oh, so glad I got to come here for that. The condition, like I said, is not that great. However, what is left is a remarkable testament to these rare ones, these rare types of these corrugated sheeting. They're very unusual decoys. Like normally you just get the solid concrete or brick. Obviously we've got our concrete frontage there, more just for initial protection, but really, as we always said, for people who aren't familiar with these, as I've always said before, the sad fact of the matter was the people who were stationed here were basically encouraging Germans to bomb them in hopes that they would deflect from airfields, cities, industrial quadrants. And the bravery of those types of people to sort of obviously be here and know that they would have been a target is quite fascinating, really, you know. And it plays such a huge part in the defence of this country during World War II. And it's another one ticked off the list, and obviously in Hampshire as well. In beautiful Botley. Hopefully you can see that. I do apologise, the sun's not doing that much justice, but trust me. Well, there you go. Another Starfish decoy site ticked off the list. We spoke about its use during nighttime operations. We spoke about the pond. There should have been some generators in. Obviously, they're never going to be in there. But we assumed that the layout would have been that the generator would have been on the far end because we could see the vent ports. And obviously, a couple of dual entrances. Again, not necessarily uncommon. And then a blast wall. that we can see just there. Shame about the condition, but as I said to you before, I did not want to spend too long in there for the obvious fact that there was a badger set there was a nest as well, and you know me, I don't really want to try and tread on nature just because it's just not right really, is it? So there you go. Wow, Botley decoy site. You know when you wake up in the week and you sort of say, I've had a really tough week at work, I just need to sort of like just do something really sporadic, and obviously my love of these decoy sites, which is the most amount of subject matter we've got on my channel, just because I really want to hammer home how unusual they were and how much of a purpose they did serve. Fascinating pieces of history. Anyway, I'm going to walk back now. A lovely little walk back to the car and another little trip around Hampshire. Wow, wouldn't have liked to have been here during World War II though. Can you imagine those simulated fires at night? Obviously German bombers, the hum of them over in the background. Crazy. Well, hopefully you liked that little video. I know I did. Stay safe everybody. What a credible one to tick off. There was a record of that saying actually in time that, well, we know that's not, the farmer's not going to do any more with that. It's basically going to be left there to rot. So really the only thing that's going to stand there left will be the concrete foundations. The rest of it, the corrugated stuff, as you could see, will just slowly erode away. So it's important that we document it now, so that in the future we can look back on it and go, God, there was an extra one there, and that was an interesting one for the protection of Southampton. Just glad I got to do it. Much love to all of you out there. Really hope you enjoyed that one as much as I enjoyed filming it and visiting it, more importantly. Take care, feel free to spread the word of the channel. Much love to all of you out there. Any more words of Phoenix history, because history matters, and didn't it just? And I really mean that. On a place like that, we know that that time is going to only slowly take that away, and we know that that purpose will be lost to time, deep buried in within the records. So yeah, hopefully that shone a light on it. Take care everybody, see you all very soon. Ready? I think you are. Capel.